Welcome back to another VOD review. My name is Broons, and today we are looking at a placement match of a subscriber who placed Diamond 1. But before I tell you what can be improved in each clip, I'm going to play it with none of my own input, and I want you to try to see what can be critiqued.
Sounds good. Just wait for the flash, yeah?
Smoke's down. Launching smoke. Dim beacon here. Right here. Enemy down.
Already on pistol round, I think that we can all see his crosshair placement is low. It doesn't matter that he's not in combat, you should always try to have good crosshair placement. As they say, practice how you play. Do this so it becomes natural to have it at head level, so that if someone does peek you, you don't need to flick and can just click. This stems from looking at the ground in real life to not trip over uneven ground, and it transfers over into video games. It must be actively fixed, so you have to focus on doing this when you play.
Here. Smoke's down.
My way.
Dim beacon down. Molly.
He's nice.
Smoke's down.
I like midi.
Not in yet.
Launching smoke. Here.
The first mistake Brim made was not joining the community Discord, following my Twitch, and subscribing. All links are in the description. Already in the first 3 seconds of the round, Brimstone has used a smoke, a molly, and a stim beacon.
Beacon down.
But there's one question you must ask yourself when using utility. Why am I going to use this? What will I gain, and how will I capitalize off of using it? Just because his chamber shot one op shot at the beginning of the round, does that mean he should smoke? Brim's utility is so insanely good that it can't be wasted like that. Brim did exactly what enemies want him to do, not have utility further into the round to hinder their pushes. He also smoked showers after his teammate died there, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but he needs to take into consideration his teammate's role. His chamber has an op and can hold A showers just fine. Brim gets to save a smoke, and an overly eager enemy can get punished easily by an operator. Brim also smokes A short at 120 in the round, leaving him basically the entire round without any util other than his ult. He should ask himself, why do I need to smoke A short at the beginning of the round, and why at 120? There was no audio cue, and he can just jump spot or jiggle peek it if he needs info. Chamber has a trip short, so he'll know if they push out A, and he can use his utility when it matters.
Smoke's down. Open up the sky.
Nice. Oh no. I just saw it, sorry.
This is a perfect scenario of when to smoke A short at the beginning of the round, when you're going to capitalize from it. Brim smoked, pushed up, and ulted to force them his way and got 2 picks. Opening picks are so important, and it would have been a massive advantage for his team had he not unluckily died to the Raze boombot. I kept the part after Brim died for a reason. His team is up in numbers 4-3, and Skye had her ult. She should have used it. Early in the round, right after it becomes a 4v3, the enemies are going to try to even it out by lurking or making a play somehow. Even if the Skye ult doesn't get a kill for the team, it gives info. If it sees all 3 A short, someone on B can push up long or hookah. Ults are supposed to sway the round in your favor, whether that's with a kill, info, area denial, or stalling time.
My ult's not ready. Launching smoke.
For the last few rounds, the enemy Brimstone has had his ult, and yet every round, our Brimstone has played U-Haul. If their Brim had a brain, our Brimstone would be dead. As a player, you have to keep in mind what ults your enemies have and how you should play around them. Some ults that should affect how you play and where you play, depending on what agent you are on defense, are Brim, Breach, Fade, KO, Killjoy, Raze, Sky, and Chamber.
That guy's fucking retarded. Fuck, TT, go, they're off.
Wait, 앞에
Oh,
elbow.
Enemy in defender spawn.
Elbow is a classic.
Last player standing.
That guy's fucking retarded.
Brim kind of trolled himself with his post-plant positioning. It's kind of unlucky that a stinger shredded him like that, but sometimes it's better to stay on site and fight. Some of the main criteria for determining whether you should stay and fight or not are your weapon and the spike's position. Here he had a Spectre and it wasn't planted for him. He could have held elbow from sight, or both him and Breach fight CT and isolate that enemy.